but thanks for noticing. Bob's are once in a lifetime.
I love that.
This video and all content is made possible by our Patreon subscribers. For $3 a month, you can help keep the lights on here at From North to Wharf. Thank you for your ongoing support. And if you would like your own From North to Wharf merchandise, head to fromnorthtowharf.threadless.com. Hello, everyone, and welcome to a brand new episode of From the Great North to Wonder Wharf, your unofficial one-stop destination for bento box information. As always, I am Mike.
And I am JB. How's everyone doing?
Oh, hey, Homer fan, how you doing? It's a Monday. We don't have any new episodes to discuss, so today's going to be a pretty easy episode, more of a State of the Union as far as North to Wharf goes. Some things that we're cooking up behind the scenes that we want to kind of let you all know about going into the new year. Thank you, Homer. Appreciate that. Huge pain in the butt. Hey, Christine.
It does look good, though.
Thank you. Christine, while I got you here, mailing out your poster tomorrow. Sorry about that. Time got away from me. So your poster's going out tomorrow, I promise. Like I said, no new episodes until about February. Right now, we're in the little break while the NFL playoffs are happening. I think late February is when we can expect new episodes of Great North, Crapopolis, Grimsburg, and on the non-bento side, you have Family Guy, of course.
Yep. Just going in. Taking a weird spot, taking the Simpsons spot, but
it is. Let's be honest. It's, other than Bob's, it's the biggest show Animation Domination has. So I guess it would make sense if the Simpsons aren't there that they would move their big show at the front. So here's the thing with that, Chrissy. We didn't discuss it last week because we had trivia, and we forgot that we didn't have anything to discuss tonight, and we failed to rewatch the episode. So maybe we'll pick that up next week.
We'll give it another rewatch and talk about it. I thought it was good upon first viewing, but I'd like to watch it again so it's fresh.
Yeah, I remember watching it last Monday, so I honestly don't remember any of it. Hey, Cello. So yeah, maybe that'll be a discussion for next week. Unfortunately, we aren't prepared to discuss it tonight. And like I said, last week we had trivia, so
yeah,
which everybody seemed to have fun.
That was a lot of fun.
No. So yeah, if you guys have anything you want to discuss, throw it out there. If not, we're discussing North to Wharf stuff. In the new year, we are upgrading our Patreon memberships. For those of you unaware, we do have a Patreon. You can see in the top corner there's a little QR code. Click on that if you are so inclined.
Woo!
Right now there are two tiers. There's a free tier, which doesn't really do anything for you. So I'm not quite sure why we have a free tier. I think it wasn't an option not to have one.
Yeah, I think it wasn't at the time now.
But right now we have a $3 tier, and what that gets you, if you aren't already signed up for that, it helps keep the lights on here at North to Wharf. B, it gets you early reveal for guests about 2 weeks early before the general public knows. You get early merch previews,
announcements and previews.
Yeah, announcements for that, and then like I said, a shout out at the end of every episode, and that's what $3 gets you. It's not a lot, but of course, nobody is obligated to do that. But in the new year, me and JB have decided to step our game up immensely. Will we grow to hate this? Probably. But we're doing it. So
maybe we'll see. I mean, time will tell. Like, go ahead.
We're adding 2 new tiers to our Patreon memberships, and those are as follows. We're adding a $7 tier. What that gets you is all the previous stuff in the $3 tier, which again is a shout out every episode, early guest reveals about 2 weeks before general public knows, and early merch reveals. The $7 tier gets you all of that, but it also gets you what we're calling fan commentary tracks. If you've ever seen Mystery Science Theater 3000, it's essentially that, but me and JB doing Bob's Burgers. So we've already recorded 2. In fact, if you visited our YouTube page in the past, there were 2 commentary tracks already up. Those are down now. They're gone. We recorded 2 brand new ones. We're going in order, starting from season 1, episode 1, and go
all the way back.
So 200 plus episodes at the $7 tier. That's what you'll get. We're hoping to have multiple episodes out a week, but scheduling is what it is. But those are pretty easy to
knock out, and they're fun to do. So
yeah.
It's almost like a little bit of, you remember, like pop-up video. We're trying to do a little bit of like that, where it's like, this is what, that's where this came from. Or did you know that this actor voices this person? He also does this person. Like, it's trivia stuff, like history behind the scenes stuff, as well as like just the jokes and like just commentary about the episode itself and why it's good, bad, and all that.
Yeah. So that's what you get at the $7 tier. Now we're adding an even bigger one, a $15 tier. What that gets you is all the previous levels. Again, that's a shout out every episode, early guest reveal, early merch reveal, commentary tracks for every single Bob's Burgers episode, starting from the very beginning. We may even go back further and do one for the demo.
That'd be fun.
So you'll get all of those. You'll also then get classic episode discussions, which is essentially a North to Wharf Live. What we do when we do the episode discussions here, we'll record one for every episode, starting from episode 1, going all the way to 200 plus episodes. So you get those. You'll get also the ability to submit questions for our guests. So let's say we have H. John Benjamin on, and you want to ask him a question. If you are on the $15 tier, you can submit questions to us, and we'll, in turn, when we ask your question, we'll say, our Patreon member Marlena asks X, Y, and Z. So on top of submitting questions to guests, getting your name shouted out in the episode, you'll also get a yearly, I think we're leaning on t-shirt, a yearly t-shirt for folks at our $15 tier. The design is to be determined, but each year we'll have a different, like year 1 and then the design, and then the next one will say year 2 and design, and so on and so forth. But that's at the $15 tier. Again, JB and we're doing all this work, but you are in no way obligated to pay for the tiers. If you don't want to pay for the tiers, then that's fine. The videos and audio will all sit there and nobody will hear them. That's fine. But for those of you who are wanting to help us out a little extra, we're trying to give you more bang for your buck.
And really, it just helps us pay for like sending these kind of things out, or sending wheelies out, or if we see like some cool stuff like pins or like posters and things like that, being able to snag them and ship them. That's pretty much it. Yeah,
because I don't know if you can tell, we don't run the tightest of ships around here. I'm currently in my living room with the jankiest of setups, so it ain't like we're making money off this thing.
No, there's a Target lamp that was $10.
Yeah, so
this is just my art studio.
Yeah, so. Don't want you to and we're not doing this because we're hurting for anything. We're for North to Wharf is fine. We're just trying something new. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I was here, but chat wasn't working. Oh, it's all good.
That's all
Christine,
good.
ooh, a fan club for the fan club. Oh, when you put it that way, it sounds really lame. Now I don't want to do it. What is everybody's opinion on Windows XP? That's a different show. You need to go find a Windows XP show. But yeah, that's really it. I don't know. Do you guys have any Bob's Burger stuff you want to discuss tonight?
Yeah.
Nothing really new in the way of merch. I know behind the scenes there's some things being worked on that come con season, come April, it's gonna be really cool to show off to you all from like Toddland and them. And if you saw, Toddland recently put a tweet out where he showed all the different properties that he's working with this year. Bob's, Great North, Crapopolis, King of the Hill, Grimsburg. I know there was 2 more that he was working on.
City Greens, Minecraft. There's 2 others he's not saying anything about.
Here.
Futurama is the other one too.
Bob's Burgers, Family Guy, American Dad, Great North, Crapopolis, Futurama, King of the Hill, Solar Opposites, Big City Greens, Minecraft, and 2 more being discussed. The 2 more being discussed is really intriguing. So can't wait to see what comes of those. Comic-Con's going to be really big this year for reasons that you all will find out later, but it's going to be huge. But yeah, I don't know. At this point, we just got episode reruns, so we're kind of just hanging out tonight.
Yeah.
If you give out a shirt at the $15 level, I'm a member of the Pearl Jam fan club, and even at the highest tier, I still have to pay for the shirt. Oh yeah, here you don't have to pay for the shirt.
No, and it'll be like an exclusive shirt that only that tier gets, and it'll be different every year. That's our plan. So
yeah, and for what it's worth, if you're subscribing at the $15 level, I feel like you're entitled to a free shirt.
Yeah, at that point.
Yeah, it's so much money you're pumping into whatever that you should at least get a free shirt.
That's why, like, we can see other like Patreons and stuff like that, and like their tiers, like we'll look at it and be like, that's a lot of money, and it doesn't seem like there's a lot going into it, but we wanted to make sure you guys get bang for your buck for this, because like we were thinking, like at our level as state employees, if you were paying into this, we want to make sure at least you're getting stuff out of it.
Yeah, especially like at $7, we figured 200 commentary tracks. Felt like that was a good price.
Yeah, because that's editing on Mike's end and time and just
And then at $15, that's 400 plus commentary tracks and episode discussions. So, like I said, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But if it does, cool.
Yeah.
But again, you are never obligated to give us a dime.
No.
Don't worry about that. Yeah, I don't know, JB. What do you want to discuss tonight? Everything's kind of at the lull in the season.
It is the lull in the season, and we even talked about like should we just use this time to really just work on the episode commentaries and like new things and stuff like that, or get interviews for you guys from the shows, because really there is nothing going on too much. It's just a lot of reruns. And we're not going to get a lot of new things. So 6 years from now, Bob's Burgers, well, that's 20. I know that is actually kind of crazy to think about. And I know that's something they would love to see, and we'd love to see it too. So it's just a matter
I got no reason to suspect that they won't get there.
No, I don't either. I do think they will.
Mm-hmm.
They've been called the new Simpsons, and I think they've embraced that title. So
I don't know if I would. I don't know if I would bestow that on them, but
no, I think they're in a much better place than the Simpsons was at this point in their running. So,
well, at this point, the Simpsons had already passed their movie.
Prime. Yeah.
Well, not even that. I mean, the Simpsons came out like at such different time. They were like a global juggernaut. Like I remember watching it in the Philippines. Is Bob's doing that? I don't know. But we're also at a different time where like I don't think anything could come out and be a huge global hit, like short of like maybe Squid Games.
Yeah.
Or maybe Stranger Things. But like animation just doesn't hit the way it used to. So I don't know if we'll ever see animation like dominate like that.
I was trying to think of like shows that are out now that like people gravitate towards a lot, and it took like a year or two for a lot of shows to get a following. The Simpsons seemed just to go right from the get go.
Yeah, well, they
King of the
start
Hill
off.
took off running Beavis and Butthead. Like there was that glory age where like the 90s and early 2000s where like you had like Nicktoons and like Cartoon Network and like they were just pumping out shows.
Yeah, the Simpsons, they started off as a Carol Burnett short on her show. So like then it became its own thing. So it had like a little grace period where like people knew about them and they kind of got slow dripped the Simpsons, and then when the shorts kind of became popular, then it became its own show, and then from there it just kind of took off.
Yeah.
Keep seeing people groups claiming that Bob's is getting moved to Wednesday or it is getting canceled. It's not getting moved to Wednesday, nor is it getting canceled, Marlena.
Nope. Will not.
I'm not sure where those people are getting that information. Family Guy was supposed to move to Wednesday, but I don't know what happened there.
I think they're just trying to split. And we've talked about this too. Animation domination has gotten so big now.
Tracy Ullman, sorry.
Yeah. That it really needs to just be. We even talked about like Saturday, there's not much going on. It's like Saturday Night Live is just on ABC or NBC. Fox doesn't really have anything. They could definitely do like an animation domination night and be fine. And they could do a Saturday and have their Sunday and do all the shows at once. But instead they split it to like the spring and summer and winter. And I know they're trying to spread it out, but this is very weird because like, during football, they very much could just be like, we're just going to pause and you can have the rest of the year or just move it to Saturday nights. But yeah, I don't know.
But I assume they don't do Saturday nights because nobody's watching TV like that on a Saturday.
Maybe. I'd be curious like how programming does on Saturdays.
I don't, other than Saturday Night Live, is there any big show that you know that airs on a Saturday?
I mean, back in the day it was Snick, and that was like the thing. And
but
then,
in
like,
2025
but like back in the day, like those crushed.
Yeah, but it was a much different time then.
True. I guess there's less to watch because now there's streaming and all that stuff as well. But not to say that, like, I don't know. It's interesting because I don't even know what Fox has on Saturday nights.
No, I other than Sundays, I don't know what Fox airs. I don't pay attention to them.
Maybe it's Masked Singer on 24/7. Just
I don't know. Christine says Friday and Saturday nights have always been the doldrums of TV, though. Yeah. Back like JB was saying, back in the day when we were younger, TGIF or TGI Friday, whatever. Snick on Saturday, but I mean, come like 1996, all that shit went away.
Then there was like Saturday morning cartoons. What was on Sunday? There was something on the Sunday too. Or no, late Saturday night was Toonami on Adult Swim.
Let's see. The scheduling and promotion departments need to do better when trying to make up for lost time this year. The main issue, at least how I see it, is there's too many cooks in the kitchen. You have Bob's, you have Family Guy, you have Simpsons, Great North, Crapopolis, Grimmsburg, Universal Basic Guys. Am I missing anything? That's 7 shows. You have 4 slots. The math right there just tells you that not everybody's going to get a shot. Okay. So yeah, if shows have to take a break, I mean, we can keep going back and forth saying, oh, it was a strike, but the strike was 2 years ago. They could fix this easily, but they're trying to get all their shows out there. Because the fact of the matter is, Family Guy, Simpsons, and Bob's ain't going to be around forever. Once you get past like season 15 at this point, you have more behind you than ahead of you. That's just a fact. So they have to make sure these other shows work in case one of their big three goes away. Very North could happen sometime either this month or February. Not. Usually they get renewed towards the beginning of the year. So we may hear something. So SNL was put on 11:30 Saturday because they were trying to make the rerun of the Carson was something they could try and see it. Yeah, and SNL's been around for a minute. You know, there's an episode you guys.
50 years, I think, of SNL.
Yeah. Even though the only good thing about that is weekend update. I appreciate, even though there isn't an episode, you guys show up. Thank you.
We try.
We don't feel obligated, but we feel that we feel a responsibility to at least come on here and hang out and shoot the shit, even if we have nothing to discuss.
Yeah. And like there will be the floodgates will open soon with stuff to talk about as much, because like we'll have Toddland doing all his like releases and stuff. And then we'll have all of the shows getting renewed and discussing new seasons. We'll have table reads starting up. There'll be a lot. WonderCon will be there in March, and then we steamroll right into like Pride, and then we get right into Comic-Con. Like it'll kick off. It's just we are in a weird January lull where it's like movies, nothing happens.
Yeah. And I know as far as North Wharf goes, we have hopefully we can announce a couple big things in February or March. We have to get our ducks in a row first. So season 5 will get to continue that night. Hopefully February 16th. That's when season 5 will get to continue. Yeah. Every show should be back at that point. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not. Are you excited for season 2 of Grimmsburg?
I'm excited to see what they do with it.
I wouldn't say I'm excited. I'm more of a let's see what they do, but I'm not chomping at the bit to see. Oh, I need it now. Have you guys gotten new bento box related merch? I love that you guys share what you find on the internet for sale. Oh, gee, I want that goat. Get in line. Yeah, that goat is an OG plush.
I will say that I did take us of the poll results, and you guys did not disappoint. It was like almost 900 yes. I think there was like 15 maybes and 4 no's. So I did send that on. So who knows? Maybe something will happen. Maybe probably not this year, but somewhere down the line, maybe.
Well, I know
the goat will happen.
I know Toddland isn't. They're not keen on re-releasing stuff.
No, it would be a redone goat.
Yeah, it'd be a variant. I'm kind of looking forward to Grimmsburg, but I don't love it.
We've pitched what we would love Grimmsburg to be, and it hasn't been that yet. And it's not that it needs to be that. I think Mike has his gripes about the kid. I think he gets shoehorned in a lot. It's not handled like Universal Basic Guys at least handles the kid fine. He's just in there when he needs to be there.
Well, I just find the show in general, season 1 at least, short of like 1 or 2 episodes, I find the show boring. So I don't know, and I'm not one of those people that compare it to like, oh, everything's got to be on the level of Bob's Burgers. No, everything just has to be good. And for me, the show just isn't good yet.
Because there's plenty of shows that prove that, like, if the concept is good, the animation doesn't even have to be super solid. It can be just good. It can be fun. Like Home Movies is Squiggle Vision, but it's amazing. Dr. Katz, Squiggle Vision, but the commentary and the dialogue is amazing and just funny. If the show can keep you entertained, then it'll last. The animation will pick up. Because they'll keep getting renewed, and then they're like, oh, we can do a little bit more. We can invest more into the animation side of it.
A perfect example is King of the Hill. I mean, that show isn't over the top. It's literally just an animated version of everyday life. And
it's just a drama.
And it's hilarious. It's a great show. So again, it doesn't need to be crazy, insane. It doesn't need to be anything other than good. And so far, Grimsburg hasn't shown that to me. I've seen more from Universal Basic Guys than I have Grimsburg.
And like with Grimsburg, the potential is there. It's just, can you execute it? And we would really love it to be kind of like a Scooby-Doo mystery with X-Files meet, like just a cross.
Why do you think Animation Domination does not get the push that it needs from the network? You there? JB? All right, sounds good. Sometimes it takes a bit. Great North wasn't amazing in his first season either. Well, see, I would counter that, Christine, with I really enjoyed the Great North in season 1. Right off the bat, I enjoyed the Great North. That's just me, of course. Grimsburg has its potential. I just don't. If we could lose the kid, and if we could lose the skeleton, his little sidekick, I'd be probably more inclined to give it a fighting shot. But those two characters definitely take it out on me.
Yeah.
Or take it out of me.
I agree with the kid. I think he gets shoehorned in a lot. I don't think it's necessary. And there's been moments where like it's been a show that's like, okay, this is good. This is like exploring this and that. But like Universal Basic Guys, as Mike said, handles supernatural stuff better than Grimsburg does.
Yeah.
And it could be, I mean, it would just be so fun to watch. Like it's the idea of Grimsburg being a town where stuff just goes wrong and things are just odd and weird, and like serial killers and slashers and people just show up there and they just gravitate towards that place. Just could be a huge supernatural thing. And it could be just like almost like Twin Peaks, but they don't even take it to Twin Peaks. They're just like, we find a baddie, Marty outwits him or makes a goofy comment and solves the case, and that's that. And it's like, it could be this overarching story and plot line and have all these cool things, and just hasn't done it yet.
Mm-hmm. It could even be as formulaic as Monster of the Week. He gets it and he saves the day at the end. Family Guy is a very formulaic show. Peter does something, and at the end of the episode, he's the good guy. American Dad does the exact same thing. Stan messes something up, and at the end of the episode, he's forgiven. I mean, cookie cutter, A, B, C equals D. And it works. But for some reason, Grimsburg isn't hitting where it needs to, at least for me. And I get that other people like it. That's fine. Whether or not it's getting a season 3, I don't know. My guess is at the very least it'll get 3 seasons. Just because you can't base anything off season 1. You got to at least give it 2 seasons to cook, and then a 3rd season to see if the changes have taken hold and people are digging on season 3.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll be shocked if it didn't get a 3rd season.
Mm-hmm. And not for it not, I mean, it looks great.
It looks fantastic.
It's just the plots just need tightened up. It just needs an overarching story. When we thought we were going to get that in that season finale, and it didn't really pick up with that. It just kind of dropped it again. See, Marlena. Great North is amazing in season 1. I like it.
Marlena.
Better than Bob's.
Marlena.
Sorry, Marlena. But yeah. No, I thought Great North took off great. And I hope more and more people find it, because it is very different than Bob's, and it's very good in its own right.
Mm-hmm. And I think they'll get a season 6.
I do too.
I base that off absolutely nothing except pure hope. But I know the studio loves the show.
Critics now love the show too.
Critics love the show. Unfortunately, they need the fans to love the show more than just a handful of people.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. We're doing our part. We know the fans who love it love it.
Mm-hmm.
It's us. We just learned that there's like a 10-second delay between what we say and what you all hear. So
yes,
that explains why we're getting the chat that we're getting. I think next week we're gonna try to, since we're in a lull, we can try different things. Next week we're gonna try to stream directly from YouTube, and maybe that'll cut down on the lag a bit.
Yeah, just to see if that helps.
We'll see. So if we have a bare bones episode next week with no frills or thrills or videos, then you'll know why. Let's hope for a season 6. Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for season 5. Great North is a show that I am excited for. 6 seasons in a movie. Yeah. Yeah, that, speaking of, that show is never getting a movie. Community?
Yeah, Community won't.
No.
It's been in the works for so long.
Yeah, it's from what I hear, it's Joel McHale who's holding everything up.
And well, I mean, everyone in it got big, except Chevy Chase. So then it becomes like, how do you get all those people back to do something like that?
Apparently, everybody is signed up and ready to go. It's just Joel McHale who's too busy. I always thought it'd be Donald Glover, but apparently it's Joel McHale.
Yeah.
Which means you might get a proper 100th episode for the Great North next year. Hopefully, we know the 300th episode for Bob's.
Yep.
We know that's already planned.
That's already been table read in animatics. So,
but that won't be aired until season 16.
Yeah, early next year.
Because I think we're 20 episodes away. So, yeah, so that should be fun. I don't know. Much like the lull in the episodes, it's also hit from north to wharf, as you can see.
Yeah, and I mean, it's just hard to find things that are new, and that's why we've been posting stuff from eBay that we find, or old merch and things like that, or like trying to pivot to find new things to talk about, because it's really hard when we go through a lull. There's just not much, and the shows go dark too. I think people go on vacations and stuff like that. The holidays take over a little bit, and they're just more on a break than anything.
Oh, Marlena, we're not getting new Bob's episodes until maybe March.
Yeah, it's a while.
Yeah. Next week's episodes, we're having 2 reruns. One at 7:30, one at 9, I believe.
Yeah.
I'll have to check our post, but we put up the Animation Domination schedule for folks to check out. But yeah, we're just getting reruns at this point. And then new episodes of Great North and all of them will come up on mid-February. I was thinking doing a Bob's Great North watch party every weekend. Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Yeah. Marlena, if you have the ability to do that, let us know. We'll post about it.
Definitely.
Going back to one episode every 2 months, it seems. No, I don't think so. I think
it's just till football is over.
Yeah, and again, 7 different shows got to get all their episodes out. So, yeah, what if the new episode of The Great North that's going to air in February 2nd could be? It could be that one. It could be any episode under the sun.
Yeah.
I
mean, the script covers are all out there from last season's table reads, so it's just a matter of which one comes next. And they've been playing it really close. They haven't really shared that much.
Yeah. Well, the next new one, maybe until we get new episodes, we don't do lives. We just do streaming parties. We just watch episodes together. I don't know.
That could be cool. I'd be down for that. And honestly, we're also trying to think of like what other shows would you like us to do panels for and things like that. It takes a lot of work to set those up, but if you give us some shows that you think would be cool or interested in seeing, we can start planning that out.
Yeah, what outside bento shows would you like us to discuss? For those of you who are for the Over the Garden Wall panel, which was really cool, and that seemed to get a good response. Not from our normal audience, but from like the Over the Garden Wall folks. Yeah, probably March. You're probably only going to get one new episode in February since it's going to air so late. There's only 28 days in February. So odds are March.
Yeah.
That's on the side adventure to also air some time in February. Yeah, I don't know. I'm flailing at this point, JP.
I know there's not much to get into, which sucks because like as much as we love talking about the shows and so that during a lull, there's not much to even do.
Oh, Gravity Falls.
Oh, that'd be fun.
So, Christian, I'm glad you brought that up. Actually, I just started watching Gravity Falls not too long ago. So perhaps that's like a watch party we can do.
Mm-hmm.
Or, you know what? We have a couple weeks break. We can just do a Gravity Falls.
We could.
Okay.
If you want to, I could start watching it.
Have you ever seen it?
I've watched episodes of it, but I just haven't watched it like through and through.
Okay, Marlena agrees. Gravity Falls is good for a good one for watch-alongs, and maybe we'll do a watch party next week. Maybe during our lulls in the seasons, we just do watch parties.
Yeah, that'd be fun, honestly.
Yeah. And then we can have episode discussions then. But we won't do Bob's because those episode discussions are behind a paywall. Don't you try to get it for free. I says sneaky. Oh, Daria. Okay, we can do Daria. That's
Daria's
back
fun.
nowadays.
Yeah, I dig Daria a lot.
Sons of Advantage could be
We
a fun
threw
episode.
out a couple other ones too that are real popular around now. I know, like we did Has Been once, and people have been really picking up on that. That was an option. We talked about like Blue Eyed Samurai and some of the other shows. Like Scavenger's Reign hasn't been picked up for season 2, but everyone wants it to be picked up.
Maybe if I can send you info on a not Discord way to host it. Yeah, bet. If we can get Hulu up and running, or Disney Plus as it were, then
we would be all about it.
We're game. We'll give the location. We'll give you a spot to host. You can do it on our Discord if you want. Yeah, Has Been Hotel. Is that something y'all are interested in? For the life of me, I cannot get into it.
I liked it. I think it was just a lot to do because we were also like midway into a season of all the shows, and it was like, this is adding another thing.
No, I can honestly tell you, I did not dig the show.
Okay.
It wasn't a matter of like, oh, we got other stuff going on, everything's piling up. It was a sludge. I couldn't, like, it was hard to get through the 4 episodes that I did watch.
We were thinking that too, Christine, trying to maybe pick some Bob adjacent shows that like people from Bob's are on, or shows that are similar in nature.
Mm-hmm. Hell of a Boss. Oh, I assume that's the other show. Hey, Devil Horns.
Devil Horns, have I been summoned?
Yeah, I know Hell of a Boss is either the prequel or in the same universe as Has Been. But I don't know. I mean, we can discuss it if the audience wants it.
I mean, we would even do home movies. That could be fun because we both dig that.
But like personally, I know Has Been's a really popular thing, and maybe people can convince me. But for my money, I was not a huge fan. Are there more than 2 seasons of Has Been?
I think they were just renewed, but there isn't a new season yet.
Let's see. Are there more than?
I mean, Bob's adjacent. You're looking at like there's also Central Park. We love Central Park, but not everybody watched it because of good old Apple TV.
And I think we've already done our Central Park retrospective. So
yeah.
No, I don't know. Yeah, we're just kind of.
It could be. I mean, I'd love to do Simpsons, but that's a big one.
Oh God, yeah. It's an alright show. Songs are great. Writing is just kind of Yeah, that's where I fell, Devil Horn. A lot of the stories I wasn't a huge fan of. Love me a good musical. So perhaps that's where I need to come at this from. As far as like a show goes, there was some storylines that definitely wasn't for me.
Oh, you mean Blue Eye? Oh, yeah. Blue Eye got renewed.
Mm-hmm.
It's just waiting now because it's being made. Because I know it was such a huge endeavor to make it, and it won a bunch of awards. So I'm sure there's a lot of pressure to do the same quality stuff. So It's coming. It's just gonna be a while. Netflix
Seems
is
like-
notorious for not really planning things well when it comes to seasons. So, like Castlevania would be fun too. I really dig the new Castlevania show and the old one, but
Christine says
We're
we should
waiting.
do a poll. We can do a poll, see what people want
we
to
could,
discuss.
yeah.
The thing is, here's my something I
Here's
know
the
I'm talking about.
mics,
I have a bone to pick.
The bone.
We, as you can see, we have 8 people in here. Even on our best, we get about 10 to 15. Trivia, we get about 40, which is great. The people who vote in the polls don't watch the lives. So it's like, okay, you want us to discuss this, but you don't want to come discuss it with us. That's where the disconnect is. So that's why we ask you here in chat, because you all are actually here and we care what you have to say. What's the topic in question, guys? Devil, there's really nothing going on. We don't have any new episodes to discuss. We went over our new Patreon tiers that we're
bringing out. We're
bringing
mostly
out
just going over
next
shows
week.
that we think would make good panel shows, like we did over the Garden Wall. We'd like to do some other ones.
Yeah.
So we were talking about Has Been. We were talking about possibly like Gravity Falls. Blue Eyed Samurai got thrown out there. I mean, there's Arcane, but it already got canceled. They didn't renew it for the next season. They were hoping for 3, and they got 2.
Sorry.
But yeah, we'd be open to doing all kinds of different stuff.
What if we do a poll on Discord instead? Then you get feedback from people who are engaged. The downside to that, Marlena, is the same issue that we have here. Folks on Discord, maybe a handful of them are here on any given time. So it's really weird. We have like a Instagram audience, we have a Discord audience, we have a Twitter audience, and we have a YouTube stream audience. And nary do the 4 collide. It's weird. It's the weirdest thing. Because you see Instagram, you see like, 33,000 or 31,000 or whatever it is. That doesn't equate to the others, which is weird. And that's the thing we're trying to figure out, is how to bring those different platforms together. So it's weird. It's weird. It's weird.
It is weird. Weird.
It's really weird. I thought the story close, but I'm happy to come back. Yeah, what to do a poll? Yeah, so I don't know. This is kind of behind the scenes of North to Wharf, and you guys can see what we struggle with on a daily basis.
Mm-hmm. It's really just kind of finding out how to make everybody have fun together and coexist.
And also not repeat ourselves, because I mean, we can only show the same thing so many times before we get bored of it. So like, how many times can we show off a comic book collection and we're like, oh shit, okay, we gotta get rid of that. But then at the same time, if you post one thing, maybe 10% of your audience sees it, and then you post it again, then the other 30% X, Y, and Z. So it's a fine balancing act. For those of you who ever want to get into doing a podcast or doing this kind of thing here, it is a lot. Yes, please. Arcane is my all-time favorite right now. Okay, I haven't seen Arcane. We'll check out Arcane.
It's a good one, League of Legends show. They're coming out with another League of Legends show, but Arcane, they stopped. They like ended it at 2.
Christine,
won a
not
bunch of
Instagram,
awards.
not Instagram, YouTube. Sorry, I'm not focused. No, you're fine, Christine. Okay. Then the problem. I mean, you all are here now. We can just ask you now, because I think we have about 200 followers on YouTube. But viewership wise, I don't think any of our videos crack 100. So that kind of tells you where the engagement is on that end. So it's weird. It's really weird. If anybody understands the internet, please help us, because we don't. We kind of just put stuff out there and let the chips fall where they may. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. start gaming.
Amphibia or Owl House would be good too. They're good shows. Either or, honestly. Archer's fun. I love Archer. It gets a little repetitive at the later seasons because they just rehash the same fugue states, but just different genre.
Devil Horns. Funny you mentioned gaming. I actually do. Me and my buddy stream our gaming, but we figured that has nothing to do with Bento, so we wouldn't cross our streams onto North to War. But I stream with my friend constantly. So Powdered Jing. She's very much like Azul from Avatar, but more definite character.
Oh, Azula. No, we should definitely do Avatar. That means Mike would have to actually watch Avatar.
Are we talking about the show or the cartoon, or the show or the movie? No, I'm good with that.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, you mentioned that earlier. I've come around on something, and you may be excited for this, JB. Well, hold on, my internet is laggy as shit.
And he's gone. Mike is gone. But yeah, we're trying to figure out like what other shows to branch out to when it comes to panels and things like that. Because Over the Garden Wall was so much fun, and we had a blast bringing that together that we wanted to try to do more. So Amphibia could be good. Could definitely look at other ones as well.
Okay, there we go. Sorry, I saw that my camera was stopping, so I figured I'd not be a distraction. Yeah, so I've come around on something that you may enjoy, and then maybe you can thumb your nose at me for this. But you have to give me something in order to get something. I am willing to concede that Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
Oh, that's a big concession. But it's going to come at a cost.
If everyone is willing to agree that Terrifier 3 is also a Christmas movie.
Sure.
Have you seen it?
No. But I saw the Santa Claus bit, so sure.
Switch places? The whole movie's a Santa Claus bit. Switch places.
Oh, we switched places?
Like
whoa, Freaky Friday.
Ta-da. Okay, cool. So if everybody's in agreement that Terrifier 3 is a Christmas movie, then I will say that Die Hard is one too. I'm reading the chat. I'm like, I said what cost? There's a delay.
There's a delay. It's a big one.
Let me ask the audience this, since again, it is a small amount, but you all are the ones who are always out here, and you all watch our stream, so your opinion's what matters the most here.
Yes.
Are there certain segments that you would like us to incorporate? I mean, obviously, we discuss the shows, we discuss news, but is there any ongoing series that you would like us like? I don't know. But is there anything that would make it more fun for the audience, other than trivia that we do once a month?
Mm-hmm. Is there like reoccurring things, like bits, or like different things that you'd like us to go into, like deep dives or character profiling, or just what would be? We want to make it as interesting as we can for everybody who is here.
I guess what I'm trying to say is, what will make you come back? That's it. That's all I want to know. Horror Christmas movies are my favorite Christmas movies. I agree. They do have a special place. Yeah, Inga is the maid. So yeah, she's an adult.
She's in it. Yeah.
Yeah, she's an adult.
Mm-hmm.
Abby version of Moon Court would be hilarious.
I'm fine with Sedaris. She's done some voice work with them before.
That'd be. We could always come with like an opposing, like JB versus Mike in Abby Court, and we both plead our case, and she decides who's the winner, which is probably going to be JB because she didn't like me.
Who ordered the code red?
Probably say tier list or make a discussion on things, whether to show or things in general. So tier list is something, and that's something we're going to do on our YouTube channel as far as not live shows go, but like long form videos go. We're going to do tiers. We're going to do breakdowns of characters. So that's another thing we're doing in New Year's. We're making we're taking a bigger emphasis on YouTube and putting more videos out there. Maybe some special guests. That's devil horns. Let me now here. Let me preface this. Let me preface this because I don't want to seem like I'm just complaining or shooting everything down. These are all great suggestions, everybody. Absolutely, all great suggestions. So from behind the scenes, pulling the curtain back, we get all these guests, and I'm not complaining and I'm not yelling at anybody, but we get all these guests, and nobody, and I mean that in the general sense, nobody seems to want to come out for the interviews. Now, JB, am I lying or am I dying?
He's technically not lying. Which we love having people on, and they're fun to talk to, get to know, and like it's just awesome. And like the people who do come out for them really enjoy it. It's more or less wanting to get other people to kind of just notice it and be able to kind of enjoy it.
Yeah, because it's weird when we say, oh, we're gonna have Brian Husky on, for example, and everyone's like, oh, that's so cool, Brian Husky, yada 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 yada, and then the video does like 75 views. I'm like, okay, well, is there something we're not doing? So we're trying to figure out where the disconnect is, and if it's something on our end. Is it because we're bad hosts? Maybe. I like it when you had someone else film and say, Marlena's favorite part of our show is when somebody else is on it.
Yes. That is good.
Yeah, good. No, Sam from
Lone Moose and Back.
Lone Moose and Back. Yeah, when the Great North kicks back up, he'll be a weekly recurring guest. He'll film something and we'll put it out there. Bob's Movie watch along when we don't have an episode. We could do a watch along and trivia combo event. We can do that. We can Lord knows there's a lot of like the bonus extras on like the DVD and stuff, or Blu-rays, or that a lot of people haven't seen, so we could always stream those.
What else I want to say?
All right, talking to the other Bob's YouTubers. Christine, glad you brought that up. Other than Cloudy and Devil Horns, no, we don't really talk to any of the other fan pages or groups or creators. Get that. You sure you wouldn't do tier lists live? That was mine and Cloudy's first stream. You could interact with the audience too, but I see that you want to make. Well, we could always.
Yeah, we can do that too.
We could. I suppose we could do it as a live stream and then take down, like after it's done, take the live stream down and cut it into a long form episode.
So, Christine, that also almost happened. And not for us not wanting to do it.
Yeah.
No, we were gonna do trivia, and when we asked that it be
not naming any names.
No, we're not naming names. When we were asked to do trivia, us versus them, we were very excited and be like, this could be really fun. And we asked that. Oh, we lost Mike again. But I will tell you, we asked that the trivia be free to everybody, so everyone could play and everyone. All right, I'll take over then. Mike said he'll be back in a second. But for you guys, when we asked them to do the trivia, I don't know if you guys heard this or not, we asked for it to be free, and they said no. So it was really disappointing. Super disappointing. Because we'd have definitely crushed it. I'm not sure what happened exactly, guys. But yeah, we tried to do some cross promotions with people. And a lot of times they want you to like pay into it, or they want you to like give them money or things like that. And we're just like, guys, we just do this for fun. We do this for fans. It's mostly just to have a good time and enjoy the show together. And other pages, that's not the case, unfortunately. But feels like the adults disappeared and kids were left in charge. Yes, you guys were left in charge for 5 minutes. Not even 5 minutes, like 15 seconds.
Sorry, everybody. My computer died and I had to jump on my phone. I have it plugged in, but I don't know what's up.
Oh, so yeah, Devil Horns. We're not naming names, but when we were approached to do the trivia, we were on board. They were on board, but when we said we would like trivia to be free, that was met with a resounding no. Or silence. Silence. Sorry.
Yeah, let me backtrack there. It was we had proposed to do live trivia like we always do.
Yes.
Free. FREE free. And everything was on board until we said free.
Yes.
And then radio silence. So and that's something that we can't we would never charge for trivia. That doesn't make sense to us.
No.
So
no, it's just for fun, and it's just to have a good interaction with people who love the show and just to share the moment together. And yeah, it was just it sucked because we were really looking forward to it.
And I will say
crushed. But
because of our hold on, let me clear some of this out. Because of our desire to do stuff for free for people like trivia and watch-alongs and the live show, sometimes that rubs people the wrong way.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So yeah, that's why you don't really see us teaming up with a lot of people. And we don't fault people for teaming up with each other. By all means,
No.
do cross promotions and get your money and get the numbers and the recognition and everything you want. It's just not something we're willing to compromise on.
I mean, you'll see us post. Trying to think of like what's the recent thing we posted for like that artist Poe the Pigeon made that cool fan art of Bob's Burgers with like Where's Waldo vibe. We posted it, credited them, did all that for nothing. Just like it's cool, you guys should see it. As a fan, I appreciate it. I think you guys appreciate it too, so I posted it. And they just sent us like a thank you, and we're like, that's totally what it's all about. That's it. Just helping other people out and enjoying the show and spreading good stuff with the show. And like they got a bunch of good hits in response from that, but there are other pages that would charge you for that, or be like, hey, if you want us to show your art and show your stuff, like you gotta do something for us. And we're just like, no, just do it.
And our San Diego meetups at Comic-Con, we hold those outside of the convention so that people who can go to Comic-Con can still come do something for free. We give away stuff free.
Every year. When
we're gifted stuff, we give it away for free. We don't charge anybody to come hang out. We don't charge anybody to come play trivia. We don't. It doesn't make sense. If it was given to us for free, why would we charge somebody?
Exactly. Like we got these for free. We're gonna give them away at meetup or to you guys. We're given this, which we're giving away. I'm going to ship it tomorrow. So it's like, we just give it away to you guys. And that's because like as fans, for fans, like that's how it should just go.
Yeah. And again, I know some people make a good living doing this.
Yeah.
That's fine. But we just say, be honest as to why you're doing it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Because we try to bring it to a place where there's like, because it's fun and it's exciting, and we like that people get into the show and they're like, oh, I never got to see this. Is awesome. Like, we want to promote that. We just don't always think that other people have that intention too, or it just doesn't come off that way sometimes.
Yeah. So if you don't see us with doing cross promotion, and some people we do cross promotion stuff with. But like, well, no, we don't really do cross promotions in a sense because nobody posts our stuff. I'll say not because I'm complaining, but like we'll post everybody's stuff. We'll post everybody's stuff, and we don't ask for anything in return.
We just credit them. That's it.
We just credit them because
And we're really big about that. There
Yeah.
are other places like we'll see like our memes or like my artwork or like Todd's artwork put up without any crediting, and we're just like, hey, just make sure you credit the person who made that. Like they put effort into that.
Mhm.
And I'll get comment deleted or not yelled at, but like get a message back being like, don't care. It's like, well, it's an art person's thing. Like credit them. Like they should get the credit for making that.
Yeah.
But it's not always the same. I guess we try to play nice and be nice, and we're like two state worker RC, like just like a show guys versus people who are big business trying to do things corporate
I'll
way.
say sometimes being nice and doing things the right way doesn't make you very popular.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it.
Yeah. But yeah. So good looking out, friends. Yeah, that's what we're not trying to nickel and dime everybody.
No, it's not what it's about. It never
In
was
fact,
about that.
for the longest time, we were hesitant to do a Patreon because we're like, why the fuck would we charge anybody? Even though a lot of folks were telling us, no, you need to do this, this, and this. I'm like, I don't think so. We were hesitant to do merchandise because we were like, no, that's dumb.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know.
My Aries rage wants you. I mean, I'm an Aries too. I would love to, but I'm practicing restraint. I'm trying to be a better person in 2025 and not do that.
Yeah,
So,
we're not doing that Aries nonsense. Who said that?
oh, that's Marlena.
Marlena, knock it off, Marlena. Not doing that birthday racism.
No, and yeah, as much we would destroy it in trivia, like we would bring our game. So,
but that's why I like Devil Horns and Cloudy because as far as we're concerned, you all are doing it right. You guys are doing it for love of the game. Your love of the shows shine through.
That's why we like Sam too from Lone Moose and Back. He's like just a genuinely nice guy who just likes the show.
Yes.
Like genuinely, like when we're like, oh, like we've met Wendy and Lizzie. Like if you want to ask them trivia questions and post it live, like yeah, we'll try to hook that up. Because he's like, I'm over in Europe. I'll never we just never cross paths. He's like, I'll never go to Comic-Con. It's like, well, we can ask a question for you. Like, or like if someone's like, hey, I can't do this. Can you ship this back? We're like, we can find someone who will do it. Like we try to just help people out. Because that's
Aaron says you're like Gene, not bashing Bisselbender.
Yeah.
Only because I'm trying not to watch the world burn, Aaron. I would 1,000,000% put people on blast, but I know for the greater good.
It doesn't. Yeah, it just doesn't do anything good.
Doesn't do me any good. So JB will have to listen to all my angry rants.
And then not to say that I do not have mine either. So it happens occasionally where the frustration comes out where it's like, that's like something we posted like just 3 days ago and they're claiming it's theirs or like that they found it or just discovered it or whatever. And it's like, whatever. It doesn't matter. People love it. They dig it. That's all that matters.
Good public school kids. Yes. With the public school education.
Yeah, we did go to public school.
Yeah. But yeah, that's enough of us.
The rant. That was the rant is due. The new segment coming from you live.
You guys are great. Wait, you guys are great. My partner got chewed badly in a Facebook group for a simple mistake, and when she said, what did it say?
Oh, I think that's some.
Oh no, I didn't mean to hide it.
Oh, do you want me to post it? I can do it.
No, because I'm on my phone, so I'm trying to figure it out. When she said she was visually impaired, people tried to backtrack and apologize. Yeah, that's
real.
Facebook groups, the worst.
Like the one in particular, like, and we're gonna have this debate, not tonight, but we planned on having the debate where it's like old Bobs versus new Bobs. It's like, who's best? There isn't, but that's another thing that we'll do for fun with you guys and try to get as many people out as you can. But someone posted this on Facebook and it went wrong in so many ways. Like, it was just a bash fest. And this person, I felt so bad reading it, just being like, is there a moderator to shut it down? Because like, this is getting pretty heated. There's a lot of side discussions obviously going on. It was not healthy. It's like, Bob's show about being healthy and just like acceptance, guys. What are we doing?
It's why I don't mess with the Facebook group. I have my own issues with that, but
yeah, that post was rough, and I was like, guys,
I had to leave a boss Facebook group. Yeah, the same, Aaron. Same. It's a little harder for us because, like, obviously we rely on stuff like that for our show. But fuck, is it such a mental drain to go there?
Yeah, it can be really positive space sometimes, but it can also be really toxic. And that's why we try not to be that, because like, we'll have the debate and it's really just like, we're fine hearing everyone's opinions about it, but at the end of the day, like, you're just allowed to have it, and that's it.
Yeah. But, yeah, there are good sides and bad sides to the fandom. So
yeah, I mean, we see it every Pride.
Yes, we do.
They're like, how could you say this, or how could you post this, like Todd's like Pride stuff? And we're like, have you watched Bob's?
I take pride in banning a handful of people every June.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just banned.
Yeah, just ban them. You got no business being on our page. We don't want their money. We don't want their follow. We don't want anything to do with them.
Especially because they start making comments and stuff. They're just like trolling and trying to get people riled up. And we're like, not here, guys.
Well, that's also why we turned off comments to followers only. So you have to be following us.
Yep.
Otherwise
so then we can block you if we need to.
Yeah. But yeah, no need to turn this into a
No. We don't.
bitch fest.
No.
Yeah. Hey, you'd be surprised, Marlena.
You would be.
Surprised. Anything for us to actually discuss? I mean, we've been going for a minute here, so we could probably wrap this up.
Yeah, we can do that. Because we don't need to drag it out. And if you guys want to ask us questions or things like about stuff like this, or have suggestions, just send us a message.
Yeah, we won't name names, but I'm sure you could put on your detective cap and find out for yourself. Yeah, that's the thing, Devil. Whether there's 10 people here or a million people, we're gonna keep coming on here and giving you the mediocre show that you've come to expect from us.
That's what we do.
Yeah. Sometimes our computers cut out in the middle of the show, and sometimes our lights go out.
Yeah.
We're here.
Sometimes your kid cries.
Sometimes your puppy is by the way, there she is. For those of you who are in the know, there's my dog.
Majestic.
Chewy, you wanna say hi? You didn't give a shit. You wanna say hi?
Nope, saying hi.
You wanna say hi? Okay. But for those of you in the know, she's doing good. She's doing good. Oh, careful. Jesus Christ, I'm a cracker. All right, JB, you want to go ahead and years ago. These are my covers out. I'm gonna post it like yeah. Thumbs up the episode. Like it. Subscribe. Tell your friends. Rewatch the episodes over and over again. Whatever you need to do.
Whatever you can do. But yeah, I can wrap it up if we need to.
Yeah. I'll also need you to cue the video because I can't do it from my phone.
Okay. Let me get that up. All right, guys. So thanks for coming out. It's the lull, but we'll get through this together. That's what we're here for. So again, we have a Patreon page if you want to support us. Cool. If you want to get some merch, check us out, threadless.com. And yeah. So this has been another episode of From the Great North Wonder Wharf, your unofficial one-stop destination for bento box information. As always, I am JB.
I'm Mike.
And we'll see you guys next time. Good night,
Bye.
everybody.